Welcome back to Sin City. It's Alex talking to the most famous faces on the strip, and George Wallace is definitely one of them.
Alex, we're so happy to have you back in America. You've been away for a while, and the police didn't catch you the first time, but we got you now. How about that?
How are you? It's nice to see you again. I mean, you do this show every night. It's almost like a proper job, because your job is like a milk round, really. You're just seeing the same punters time after time who come back, who love you, and then you have to deliver a new show. It's not easy, is it?
No, but it's the news that's what's happening. See, the last time you was here, Obama hadn't been to see the Queen yet, and I did some jokes about the Queen tonight living at Buckingham Palace. And what's the joke? The joke said, if she lives at the palace, why is she walking around with her purse? How many ladies walk around in their own house with their purse? Clenched to the side like that.
Why are you so generous? I mean, you're the only act I know of in the world that invite people in and then give away stuff.
Oh, boy, that's touching. That's a part of me. I just love to give, and I brought up in a family we love to give, and I just love it. There's nothing wrong with giving back. They come in and they give me when they pay. I just love giving back. Kind of choked up a little bit there. I love giving to people. I'll never stop that.
I like the fact there's no swearing in this show, but you do give your jabs, don't you? You do know how to punch them occasionally.
Well, that's what people say, and a lot of people thinking, some people think I used the F word. I said, no, I never did, but I punch it in where you think I would have, one a regular comedian would have, am I right? But I come from old school. When we started comedy 30 years ago, you could only do material that would get you on television. So that's still, I cannot cuss everybody. Let's make that perfectly clear. I cannot curse you and anybody all Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, I can curse with the best of them. But I just prefer doing a clean show. And you bring your family out, and I take everybody's money, 5 years old and up. You can get in my show, 5 years old and up.
It's interesting as well, because you really are an all-round entertainer, and you do this show, but then you're on so many TV shows appearing. You're one of those guests that people kind of know will deliver, and that's what they need, don't they, on TV?
Well, this is true. I just told my wardrobe mistress I'm doing Craig Ferguson tomorrow. So when I leave here, and when I wake up in the morning, I got to get on the plane and fly to Los Angeles, do the show, and be back here tomorrow night, 10 o'clock. And I did George Lopez last week, and I got Buddy Hunt coming up, and Tonight Show and everything. It's really, they do want somebody that can deliver and don't have to worry about it. And see, and I don't even know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I think I'm talking about going to funerals tomorrow and on the television show, because my family, so many funerals in my family, and I talk about my family. That's what I talk about on the show tomorrow.
The topics you use are so interesting, because something like a funeral, you say, well, how could that be funny? But there are some of the funniest moments can come out of our darkest moments.
Trust me, and that's what it's all about. Laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. Like, one of my uncles just died, and I'm stupid, right? He just died not too long ago at the funeral. I'd never seen that many flowers before, so I turned to his wife. I says, we're going to sell these flowers. There's enough money to pay for the funeral. and that's her husband. She's we're going to sell these flowers. Look at all those roses. Look at all those flowers up there. We're going to sell these flowers. And but it was good to laugh in the church, She made me sit next to her. So, and you got to laugh even at your darkest moments, like you said. Laughter is good. My
grandma once said to me, oh, my friend Edith died today. I said, oh, what did she die of? She said, nothing serious.
How about that? And as I said tonight, our grandparents used to say, people are dying that never died before. And it's so much to talk about in funerals, and I go to a lot of funerals because last year, maybe I talked about it when you was here, both my grandmothers had 22 kids, and that's 42 kids. And I saw one of my grandmothers last week, and she's pregnant right now. So these jokes just roll and roll and roll and roll. And the news, we have the news here, and we got Obama, we got Tiger Woods, and we got just news delivered stuff. We got the TSA at the airport checking my shoes like I'm going to blow them up, and I just paid $500 for these shoes. You think I'm going to blow them up? You're stupid. So the news just keeps rolling and rolling, and that's what this pad is about here yesterday. Like, last week I did George Lopez. I took my pad out and did all new jokes. And they might be funny, might not. I said, I'm doing Letterman next week. I got to make sure these jokes work. Because I did that on the TV show. So,
is there something in you after all these years that can judge whether a joke is probably going to work? Because you must get a feel for your material.
Well, once you've been a pro, you pretty much know whether it's going to work or not. And if it doesn't work, maybe you need to work on it. And sometimes that's our challenge.
You've been doing show business about 400 years now. Why are you still working so hard?
200 years. Only 200 years. Let's make that perfectly clear. I love what I do. I just come off vacation, off holiday today, and I was thinking I need to take some more time off. But I love what I do, and I travel quite a bit. I love traveling. I love going all over the world. I was on my way to Brazil last week because I know everything. I'm Mr. Know-It-All. I'm Dr. Wallace. And I know so much that I flew from Las Vegas to Atlanta on my way to Sao Paulo, Brazil. I know so much that when I got to Atlanta, I thought, you got to have a visa to go into Brazil. That's how much I know. And I didn't have one. Because I've been going down to South America, and they don't need a visa. Certain places you need just a passport is good.
But you're George Wallace. Of course they'll let you in.
Why didn't you tell me that last week when I was down there? But I didn't make it there, and then I was going to go to Barcelona, and then the volcanic ash started last week, so I couldn't fly over. Good thing I could. I didn't. I would have made it back, you know. And but I love traveling, and it's just good, and I get material from everywhere. Tonight we talked about, what did we talk about? Dubai tonight. We talked about Buenos Aires, Argentina, and tomorrow night we'll talk about Shanghai and different cities like that.
It is nice to find someone who's got a line for everything. You have no fear, do you, at all?
I take pride in that. I try to know a little bit about everything. And as you notice tonight, if you're from a major city, I pretty much know the best restaurants there. I try to know everything about every state. I read the paper, USA Today, every day, and what's going on. That's everybody can remember. Like if you're in the state of Texas, George Bush, you got the airport down there, DFW Airport. You got so much you could talk about. The Cowboys, and you go to Florida, you talk about the old people. You just talk about... there's so many things to talk about in Florida. Not only in Florida, I don't know how the government is working in England, but we got a problem here. We're running out of money, and it's because of I don't have anything against elderly people, but everybody is getting a scooter chair. You know the scooter chairs? Have you seen it since you've been on TV here? And the people are bragging about it, old people, and I didn't pay 1 penny for it. Well, somebody had to pay for it. Every damn person I know is getting a scooter. We got young people on these scooter chairs out here. You don't see other countries like in Egypt. They don't give every old person a brand new camel to ride through the desert, do they? Because our government is just wasting money, giving everybody everything. And pretty soon it's going to get carried away because the Japanese are going to have them, and their pedals are going to get stuck, and they're going to be running all over people, and the Mexicans are going to get there, and they're going to be doing wheelies in the middle of the sidewalk, So it's going to get carried away with the wheelchairs and things here. So, is
there any subject in the world you don't have a one-liner about?
No, I would like to have one line about everything, and I will make a joke about anything. I don't care what it is. Like, once again, death is what you're not supposed to laugh at. I'm going to laugh at it. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the subject is. I mean, when Ronald Reagan died, and I did a joke today about the Ethiopian restaurant. They have an Ethiopian restaurant here in Las Vegas, brand new. And I didn't even know they had food in Ethiopia. I'm sitting like, what little food they got in Ethiopia, they're bringing it to Las Vegas. Take that people back over there. Listen, Alec, the problem, and they're doing real good. They're doing real good. Every time I go to the restaurant, whatever I order, they're out. How about the chicken? We're out. How about the couscous? We're out. Everything is out. How about the water? We're out. We're out of everything. Ethiopian restaurant.
Do you know the skill you've got is a great warmth, and you can't buy that, you can't be trained that. I saw a comedian at the Venetian the other night who got a lot of intakes of breath, and it was almost like shocking for shocking's sake, and I think that becomes tiresome after a while, and you don't fall in love with the comedian. I think all great comedians we should really love by the end. Don't you agree?
I think you should. Like, I don't have an act, okay, so I just come out and start talking. As you can see, I got a joke, I got enough. I must have like 4 or 5 hours of material, and whatever the subject matter is, and it hits the key, and it comes out of the computer, and it's all about fun, and it's just like in the living room, sitting around chatting, as you would say, and I'm the uncle of the crazy daddy or whatever, and it's fun to do.
When are we going to get you back in the UK?
Ooh, I want to come over there so badly. So like I said, I haven't been over there in many a year. I worked at the Queen's Theatre there at Piccadilly Circus. I worked all over London, and I even did the Comedy Store and at the Leicester Square and stuff like this. It's still there, and I did I did so much stuff, and all of the TV shows I did over there. I need to come back over because I just have a wonderful time. And then I just come over and study for a day, change my little terms, like instead of a truck, what do you call it? A
lorry.
A lorry, and the elevators are the lifts and things like that. And I don't think you say drapes, you say curtains.
Now I don't think people care because The Simpsons are on everywhere, and we watch so much American TV. I think the boundaries are just less and
American
less.
TV, and listen, you Brits know more about America than we do, especially politically. So, you know more about our candidates than a lot of people in America do. You guys are really up to date on what we do. Because I guess you have to follow, right?
Thank God you've sorted all that since we last spoke, because you were in a mess when we were last talking a year ago.
I was? Okay. It's better now, is it not? So
you have a man who could link a sentence.
Well, Are you making fun of Mr. Bush?
I'm saying nothing.
Well, I did tonight, didn't I? Mr. George Bush had this country so screwed up, we got people sneaking back into Mexico. But now we're having a very articulate president in office, and good things are happening. And there's a lot of mean people in our country, and probably yours too. But if you look on the books, there's been more laws passed by this president and signed than any other president at this time, and things are going to get better and better and better. People are starting to understand the health care program over here. You know, a lot of people didn't like it because the Republicans put out a lot of lies about what the program was about. But people are learning more about it. And as I said tonight, we deserve the same insurance that Congress gets. And I mentioned to you tonight, prisoners get free insurance. We should get free insurance also, everybody. And like I said, I'm getting everything done now that is free. I'm getting my eyes checked, my ears, my nose, every orifice, my butthole, everything they have out there. I'm getting a hysterectomy. I'm getting what else ladies get? They get a pap smear, wherever it is they get. I want everything they got out there.
Breast reduction?
I want a breast. I got man titties, don't I? I got man titties.
Well, I've got a bit of moobs as well.
So yeah, I'm going to get that too. Breast reduction. You just wrote a joke. Thank you so much.
I don't even know I'm doing them. George Wallace, thank you for talking to me. You are a true hero and a legend here in Las Vegas, and you deserve to be, because you just stand there, and as you say, winging it doesn't really do you justice, because I know it takes a lot of planning and time to rehearse what you do, but you make it look so effortless, and that's the skill.
It does. You know, what did I start with tonight? Like, I got to stay out here for an hour. Can you imagine anybody standing up here talking for an hour, blah, 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 the next thing you know, and I actually up there an hour and a half. It's really, and I could go for, some nights I go for 2 hours, too long. But tonight I cut it back. I didn't do a lot of things I normally close with. It's the first night back on vacation, so I forgot half of it. So, but they didn't know. I could literally walk off the stage in 45 minutes, and I'd be okay time-wise for a show. Right. Because for comedians should be on the show 45 to an hour. But I give them the money's worth because I haven't done anything.
Great to talk to you. George Wallace is the big star here at the Flamingo every night at 10 o'clock, and you're unique and brilliant, and long may you reign as the King of Vegas. Thank you.
You are too nice, and God bless you, and something good is going to happen to you. Don't forget, when you get on British Air, you get on Virgin Air, stop down at the Flamingo to see George Wallace at the fabulous Flamingo. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.